Hi yogis, welcome to Yoga Sculpt. So for today's practice, we're just going to work with a resistance loop. So normally we work with the long bands, but for this one, we're going to use the loop. So I have two different types of loops here that I want to show you. They both work about the same. There's just a few slight differences between the two. This is the more traditional, just the latex loop, and this one is the strength. And so I just wanted to bring that out to show you that you can do this whole practice with this one. It's pretty much what it's intended for. However, what I'm going to work with, and this is my preferred loop, is the fabric loop. So it has these little elastic on the inside, so it sticks to your clothes and it doesn't roll up and down, and it's a lot sturdier. This is actually the lightweight fabric loop, and I can barely pull it apart. So my range of motion will not be very broad using this fabric loop. So I have links to these fabric loops on my About page on the channel. And I don't endorse these, I just like them. So we'll get started. So we're actually going to start with just a yoga sun salutation just to get ourselves warmed up. This will be a short and sweet practice. So we can go ahead and drop the loops for now and just come and stand at the top of your mat. And just bring the hands together at the heart, close your eyes, find your breath. So there will be some yoga Pilates fusion today. There'll be a little bit of a primal yoga sequence. But whether we're doing Pilates or fusion or yoga, we always want to start with the breath. So just breathe smooth and even in and out of the nose. On the next exhale, let the arms lower down by the side. As you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Let's interlace the fingers, but extend the index fingers up and side bend over to the right. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, bring the arms out and down. Come on down, hands to the floor, forward fold. And then bend the knees and lengthen halfway forward. Let's just step this back to a downward facing dog. And return to that smooth, even breath in downward dog here breathing through the nose. Breathing all the way to the base of your spine. Shift forward to plank pose, inhale, lower the knees down, come all the way down to the belly. Rise up for a cobra, so tops of the feet down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, cobra pose. And exhale, come back to child's pose. Okay, so we're going to start off using the loop around our wrists. So let's come on up, grab your loop, and I hope you have a variety of loops. They usually do come in a pack of 3 different strengths. So you can start off with your medium or your heavy strength here, and I'm just going to angle myself a little bit. Let's take the right leg out to the side, reach the arms up. You have the loop around your wrist, your palms face in. Reach the arms up, inhale, side bend over the right leg, exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring the right knee back under you, lower the arms, and pull out on the band as your elbows come back towards you. Inhale, reach up, take the left leg out. Exhale, side bend, your arms are straight, side bending to the left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, knee comes back under you, bend the elbows and pull the elbows back behind you. Inhale, come up, right leg out to the side. Exhale, side bend right, and just get this rhythm going. Inhale up. Exhale, both knees under you, bend your elbows, pull the arms back. Inhale up. Left leg out. Exhale to the side. Inhale up. Exhale, both knees down. Pull out the wrist out on the band. Inhale up one more time each side. Exhale to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, pull out on the band with your wrist as the elbows come in. Inhale up. Left leg out. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, come up. And as you sit back, pull the elbows in, wrist pull out, and rise up. Okay, so you can lose the loop. Hands back to the floor, downward facing dog. Let the eyes close here. Push the hands into the floor. Spread the fingers. I'm just allowing the spine to lengthen out, maybe even the sides of the hips here. And then walk the feet forward on the inhale. Come to a forward fold. Pause here for a moment. Take one more breath here. Grab your loop. And rise up, bringing the loop up with you. Arms reach up at the top, inhale, and hands to the heart, exhale. Okay, now the work begins. So let's place the loop just above the knees. And obviously we'll be doing leg work, so decide what resistance you need. This is a fairly heavy resistance here, so I may not be moving quite as wide as you. Now you're going to need some space from side to side here to move here, so that might mean you need to angle yourself depending on the composition of your room, of your space. So here's the movement, and I will mirror you for this. You're going to bring right leg back at a diagonal, step it out to the right, left leg back. We're going to start off kind of slow. Step it out. Right leg back, left leg back, and then the left knee comes up. So what it's going to be is it's a curtsy lunge back 3 times and then knee up. So you want to try to make your legs as wide as possible. And the more your upper body can come down, if it's not quite tapping the floor, just lower down, then the more of a cardio effect you're going to get. Okay? Okay, so here we go. It's right leg back, left leg back, right leg back, knee up, and back. And then left leg back, right leg, left leg back, knee up. And right leg, left, right knee up, and back. And left, right, now I got a rhythm. Left knee up and back. Can you get lower to the floor with your upper body? Left, right knee up and back. And last time, left, right, left knee up and back. Okay, adjust the loop. If it's crept up your legs or rolled up your legs, go ahead and adjust it so it's just right above the knees. We're going to do something really similar to that, but we're going to make the knee come out in a circular pattern. So right knee circles out and around and down. Left knee. Right knee, back, knee up and down. Left knee circles. Right knee circles. Left knee circles, curtsy back, knee up, foot down. Right knee circles. Left knee circles, come down into a little squat. Right knee circles, curtsy back, knee up and down. Left knee, squat. Right knee, squat. Left knee up, curtsy back, knee up and down. Right knee, squat. Left knee, squat. Right knee, whoops, curtsy back, knee up and down. Last time. Left knee circles, squat. Right knee circle, squat. Left knee circles, curtsy, knee up and down. We'll call that one good. So from here, we're going to let's remove the loop from our feet and come back to the top of the mat. Reach up through the arms, inhale. Exhale, come forward and down. And come back to downward facing dog. Lower the knees to the floor. We're going to work on a dolphin sequence, and we're going to have this loop around the the arms, just above the elbows. And you want to have the sturdiest loop that you have, because the idea is we want to use the loop to squeeze the arms in through dolphin pose and chaturanga. So the sturdiest loop that you have goes around the upper arms just above the elbows. All right. So the idea is that if you try to pull the elbows out wide, they're going to just keep pulling back in line with the shoulders. So if you want to look here a second, I'm going to show you the sequence, and then we'll all do it together. So just take a look. Downward dog. I can press my forehead against the loop here. Kind of creates a little hammock. And then I lower the forearms down, and here I am in a dolphin pose. You can keep the heels high, keep the knees bent. And then from here, I'm going to shift forward, lifting the elbows, and I come into chaturanga. Now I've got the loop right at my lower ribs. It's kind of creating a little hammock for my lower ribs. And then I push up to plank pose. And then we'll reverse that on the way back out. Okay? So we'll start from downward dog. You've got the loop around the upper arms. And you can just bring the forehead right against the loop here in your downward dog. Spread the fingers, push into the hands. And then look forward and just lower the forearms down to the floor. So now you're in a dolphin pose. And this is going to stretch the back of the legs more, so lift the heels if you need to. And then from here, look forward, and you just push forward into the hands, lift the elbows, and shift forward into chaturanga. And the loop is right under your lower ribs. It's creating a hammock. Straighten your arms to plank. Come back to chaturanga, elbows are bent. Push back to dolphin, lower the elbows, your hips are high, heels can be high. And then straighten your arms, downward dog. You got that? So that's the sequence. We're going to do that 3 more times. So inhale, lower the elbows to dolphin. Exhale, shift forward to chaturanga. Plank pose, inhale. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to dolphin, elbows are down, hips are high. Straighten the arms, exhale, downward dog, pause, take a breath. Let the head just rest. Forehead is resting on the loop. And here we go. Inhale, lower the elbows to dolphin. Hips are still high. Exhale, come up to chaturanga. Straighten the arms, plank pose. Exhale, bend the elbows to chaturanga. Inhale to dolphin, elbows come down. Exhale, straighten the arms, downward dog. That's a lot, right? So let's do 2 more. Let's take a little break here first in downward dog. The last two will go fast. So inhale, lower the elbows, dolphin pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, dolphin pose, elbows are down, hips are high. Straighten the arms, downward facing dog. Take about 3 breaths here. Last breath. Last one. Look forward, inhale, lower the elbows, dolphin pose. Exhale, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, elbows down, dolphin pose, hips are high. Exhale, downward dog. Oh my goodness. Lower the knees down. Come down, take a break, take the loop off of your arms, interlace the fingers behind you, and press your knuckles down, shoulders back, heart forward. And just roll through or circle through the right arm, circle through the left arm. We got more shoulder work to do. I'm not going to lie. Right arm circles, left arm circles. Did I mention this was going to be a shoulder intensive practice? We're going to get some legs going on here too. So this next sequence comes from primal yoga. They're called crab rolls, where we start in a facing down, all fours position with our knees hovering, and we just turn ourselves around so we're face up. So you're going to place the loop just above the knees, and if you're not familiar with what I just talked about, take a look for just a second. I'll just demonstrate the first one really quick, because you probably won't be able to see me. So I'm going to start in all fours, and I'm going to hover the knees. We're going to do some work with one leg, and then I'm going to have you flip around and face up. So how you do that is you place the right hand more under your face, and you just turn yourself around like this. And then I'll have you do some more work with your legs. And I have my hands turned out once I flip around. And then I'm going to have you flip back around again to face down. Okay, so let's start facing down. Fingers are spread, wrists are under the shoulders, curl your toes and hover your knees. So we're going to start by moving the right leg. So let's take the leg back, right leg back, bring the knee back under you. Take the leg out to the side with the knee bent. Bring the knee under you. One more time, take the right leg back, bring the knee under, leg out to the right, knee under. Now bring the right hand in front, more in towards the midline, and just turn yourself around. So now you're face up. You're going to angle the hands out a little bit, and we're going to move the right leg again. So your hips are high. You take the right leg up, lower it down, take it out to the right, bring it back in. take it up, halfway down, out to the right, and back in. Place the foot down, turn back around. Now we'll move with the left leg. So pause here with your knees hovering off the floor. Bring the left leg behind you. Bring it back in. Out to the side, back in. Behind you, back in, and out to the side, and back in. Now bring the left hand more to the midline. Turn yourself around. Fingers turn out a little bit. That will help your shoulders. And your feet are underneath your knees. And let's lift the left leg up, halfway down. Out to the left, halfway down. Up, halfway down. Out to the left, forward. Turn back around. Lean into the left hand. Turn back around and lower the knees. All right, giving you a break. Also adjusting my headset because it's wobbling around on my head from all this turning around. And stretch through the shoulders. Interlace the fingers. Push the palms up. Let's do that one more time. Right leg and left leg. Keeping the fingers interlaced, the palms face up. We're just going to side bend a little bit. I'm just letting the shoulders stretch out a little bit before we do that sequence again. And then we're going to finish up with some inner thighs and then some core. So it's kind of a short and sweet practice today. All right. Shoulders got some life back in them. You got some blood flowing again. Let's do that again. Here we go. Start on all fours. Fingers are spread. Curl the toes. Hover the knees. Right leg comes behind you. Bring it back under you. Out to the right. Bring it back down. Right leg back. Bring the knee down. Right leg out. Bring the knee down. Bring the right hand towards the middle of your mat. Turn yourself around. This is a lot of shoulder work, this turning around. Have the wrists under your shoulders. Fingers are turned out a little bit. And then right leg comes up, halfway down, out to the right. And back in. And up, halfway down, to the right, back in. Place the right hand back a little bit. Turn back around. All right, left leg. Take the left leg back. Bring it in. Out to the side. Bring it in. And back, and down, to the side, and down. Left hand comes to the middle of the mat. Turn yourself around. Fingers turn out a little bit. Heels under the knees. Left leg up, halfway down, to the left, halfway down. Last time up, halfway down, and out, and in, lower down. You're good. Okay, so, inner thighs. Stretch first. Actually, you know what is going to feel really, really nice? If you take the loop behind you and above the elbows, and then bring the hands to the floor, have the fingers just slightly turned out, and then bend the elbows behind you and lift up. So the loop is pinning the elbows together behind you and is opening across the chest and across the front of the shoulders. So just a nice little well-deserved stretch after what you just did there. Push into the inner edge of your hands. Lift the heart. Okay, and then let's come on up. Time for more work. So now we place the loop around. You're going to be on one hip. So I'll be on my right hip. So decide which hip you want to be on first and face me. And the loop is going to go just above the knee on the bottom leg. And I have it on the foot of the top leg. And you're going to use that top foot to pin the strap down, the band down, the loop. So you have of your bottom leg, the toes are turned out to the side. And you're just going to lift and lower the leg. So far, so good? And then we're going to add a bent knee component. So just try this. Bend the knee in, push out, bend the knee, push out. Now we're going to do 4 of each, keeping the legs straight up and down, and then in and out with the knee. We're going to do about 5 of each, all right? So you can have this top foot out behind you even more to create even more resistance in this resistance loop. Make sure the toes of your bottom foot are turned out. So here we go. Up 4 times. Leg is straight. And then bend and press 4 times. Bend the knee back towards you and then push. And then straight up and down. And then bend and press. Bend the knee in towards you and press. And then straight up and down. Keep the toes turned out to the side. And then bend and press. Getting some quad here too. And then straight up and down. You're lifting from the inner heel. And then bend and press, getting into the quad. And then last round, straight up and down. And bend and press. Bend in and press out. All right. That's good. All right. Before we go to the other side, let's do some oblique work because we're on our hip. So let's get both legs. The band or the loop is around just above both knees. And you have your bottom arm is kind of angled off to the side here. So what I want you to do is actually try this. Try sliding the hand in and out a little bit. Use the hand that's on top, that's in front of you like a kickstand, to support you, just to get this idea of sliding a little bit. And then let's have the arm down. Slide it in, lift both of your legs up. You're on just one hip. Lower the bottom leg, lift it up. Slide back down. Slide back up as your legs come up. Bottom leg lowers and lifts. Slide back down. Still just on one hip, right? Slide back up, legs come up. They're kind of at an angle. Lift and lower the bottom leg. Slide back down. Slide back up. Lift and lower. And slide back down. Okay, now we're going to take this to the other side. So the loop is around your bottom leg, and it goes around the foot of your top leg. So keep it just above the knee on your bottom leg, and just use around the foot so you can just pin that loop down. You have the toes and the knees of your bottom leg turned out. And we're going to go 4 and 4. 4 of each we'll do for a total of 5 reps. So now that you know this, actually, let's just kind of just do a couple little tests here. Make sure that you have your loop on right, just to even it out, because we did a couple of little test rounds on the first leg. So, all right, that's good enough testing. All right, so here we go. Ready? Keep the leg straight, lift and lower. Lifting from the inner heel. And then bend in and press. Bend in and press. Bending the knee. And then keep the leg straight, lift and lower. And pull the knee in and push out. Bend and press. And round 3, lifting and lowering, lifting from the inner heel. And then bend and press. The knee comes in and then you push out through the foot. Bend knee in, push out. And then straighten the leg, bend and press. Pull the knee in and out. Every time you bend the knee, you're getting more resistance in that band. And last round, straight leg bend, lifting and lowering. And then bend and press. All right. Okay. The loop goes around both of your legs. You have the elbow under you and the forearm is angled a little bit slightly away from you. Just kind of get the idea of this sliding in and out. We're only going to do 4 rounds of this, right? So your bottom hand is like a kickstand. And as you come up, it's working the oblique muscles of your top waist. Okay? So let's start down. And then slide the arm in as the legs lift up. You're just on one hip. Bottom leg comes down and then comes up. Slide back down. Slide back up, both of your legs up. Lift and lower the bottom leg. Slide down. Slide back up. Lift and lower bottom leg. Come back down. Back up. Last one. Lift and lower down. All right. Now, come on to the back. We're going to place the band around the feet. So all the way around the feet, around the outer edges of your feet. And then let's have the arms down by the side. And actually place the band around the loop around your heels. That'll be better. And then use your feet, pull out on the loop, create some resistance there. And then just start to swivel your legs. So your hips stay down, but you're making little semicircles with your legs. You're pushing out on the band with your heels. And you're just making little semicircles. Now start to lower the legs partway down and then bring them back up. And I like to actually sit on my thumbs when I lower my legs because I don't want the lower back to come down or to come up. We want to keep the lower back pressing down to the floor. You're still making those little semicircles. You're still pushing out on the band, so there's some outer thigh work going on and some core. Every time you lower the legs partway down, the core muscles fire up. Just don't lift the spine off the floor. Keep pushing it down. Sitting on the hands helps to keep the spine flattened down. Now let's go one more time, lowering, lowering, lowering as you make the semicircles with the legs, and then lifting, lifting, lifting. Okay, one more thing. Turn the legs, the toes out a little bit so you've got an external rotation. Arms by your side, so you're not sitting on the thumbs anymore. Bend the knees out to the side, pull the heels towards you, and then extend your legs out at a little bit of a diagonal. Pull out on the band, get a lot of resistance, bring the knees towards the outer shoulders, and then legs up. Pull out, come up. We're going to add on to this. Pull out on the band with your ankles, pull back up. Now bring the hands under the head. Pull out as you lift your head up, and then push out. Pull out. Your legs go more forward than up as they straighten. But you're still keeping resistance on the band, whether the knees are bent or straight. You're just lifting the head up as the knees come towards you. And let's go for 3 and 2 and last 1. Lower the head. Kick the loop off your feet and throw it across the room because we're not going to use it anymore. So let's just hug the legs in towards us. Letting the low back release here. And then we'll release through the core by twisting. So arms out to the side, knees are together, knees are bent, and let both of your legs come over to the right and stay here. Bring your knees back up and let's take them over to the left. And then bring your knees back up. Okay, cross right ankle over left thigh and bring the left leg towards you. Interlace the fingers behind that thigh. You're drawing the left leg towards you, moving the right knee away from you. And then you'll switch your legs. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Interlace your fingers behind the right thigh. Right leg moves towards you. Left knee moves away from you. Okay, let's release that and just flip over onto your belly. We'll get into the core a little bit more. So come into Sphinx pose and just lift the spine upwards. Draw the shoulders back. Let the tailbone move down towards your heels. So we don't want the tailbone to flip up. You're lengthening it towards the back of your mat. And then you'll come on up to all fours here. Take your knees wide, big toes together, child's pose. Arms reach forward and make your arms active here. So this is going to be a little bit of a shoulder stretch as well as your spine, a spine stretch. So come on to all 10 finger pads and then let the arms reach forward. So you're trying to walk your hands forward on your finger pads and getting longer and longer in your arms as your hips reach back over your heels. Can you lift the center of the armpits up? And then let's come on upright to seated. Interlace the fingers behind you and extend down through the arms, through the knuckles, lift up through the heart. And then just come back onto center and bring the hands to your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. And then open your eyes. Okay, so thank you for joining me for this practice. And thanks again, and I hope to see you soon. Namaste.